Green screens are fairly common in the pipeline of post-production for visual effects. Chroma keying can also be a great skill to learn for digital artists. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the basics of how to chroma key green screens inside After Effects in a few simple steps. Firstly, let's make a new project inside After Effects. Once you've made your new project, we can create a new folder for all our assets to exist in. As you can see, I've made a folder here called Green Screen Keying with my assets, exports, and program files. Inside my assets, I have my green screen footage. Now the second step is importing the footage for keying, and that's as simple as clicking on the footage and dragging it into the project window. Now you can see the footage is inside here and ready to be turned into a composition. Now for step 3, we'll simply right-click on the footage and select New Comp from Selection. This will make a new composition in our project window and populate a timeline below with our green screen footage. If you'd like to check the timeline, you can scrub through the footage. And for me, I've got a cowboy on a green screen, tipping his hat and saying, "Howdy, man." All right, time for step 4, which is masking and adding the keying effect. To create a mask, we need the pen tool, which is located at the top of the screen here. And we can select the footage after that to now create a mask around the outside of our subject to separate the elements we don't need, like the lights and the shelves on either side of the footage, and minimize the area we need to work around the green screen. Let's start by clicking just outside of the subject and creating a mask near them, but still including some of the green screen just in case they move around. A couple more points, and then to finish off your mask, click on the first point we made again. Before moving on, I would scrub through the footage to see if there's any points where the subject clips outside of the mask and adjust those masking points if needed. Okay, I'm happy with my mask. Now I can go up to the top of the screen and pick the selection tool, and we can now move on to adding our keying effect. You can locate this in the top right hand corner of the screen under Effects and Presets, and in the search bar type in Key Light. This should bring up an effect called Key Light 1.2, which we can add to the footage by simply clicking on it and dragging it over the top of our footage in the composition. Now if we look in the bottom left hand corner, you should see an effects control with a panel for our Key Light plugin. In here there should be a section labelled Source Color with an eyedropper tool which we can click on and then click on our footage to remove the green from our green screen. Now you might notice there are a couple of areas which are coming up grey and not fully transparent. To adjust this, we can go back down to the effects control and look at the View section with the drop-down tab. Let's click on this tab and choose Screen Matte. This will turn all our footage into a grayscale image, meaning that everything that is white is not transparent and everything that is grey and black will be transparent. Now to adjust this value, you want to go down to the Screen Matte section, and we're going to adjust the Clip Black and Clip White values. What this does is it increases the area we want to cut out from the black. As you can see, I've adjusted that now, and the area looks a lot more black and a lot less grey. I'll just adjust this a little bit more until I'm happy with it. And you might see here, there are some areas in the white which are showing up grey. We don't want that. So if you just grab this white value and just drag it in the other direction, it should clean that up to give you a nice contrast value between white and black. And if you're happy with that, we can now zoom out, go back to our View section of the effects control, click on the drop-down menu again and select Final Result. And there we have it. You now have a cowboy sitting in negative space and you've chroma keyed out the background. In the next video, I'll get into composition where we can put this cowboy into a western background. See you next time.